I'm stuttering. Oh,
I was about to say, you stuttering Sally. Oh, we live.
Oh, we're live. Everybody, what is good, y'all? We're back with another AyoPodcast. We missed last week, which means we got a lot of sports to talk about. So kick back, play some 2K, or do whatever you do in the background because we're talking sports. Let's introduce the fellas, though. Waffle, why don't you say what's up?
What's good, boy? If you guys didn't know,
Oh my God, I did the exact same thing last week when we stopped.
y'all didn't know, welcome to everybody to the podcast again. Apparently I'm a snake, but I was planning that. I was planning it from the beginning. I was planning leaving my peeps at Wendy's, but this is the type of person I am, bro. I'm so smart. I got niggas fucked up in the world. But anyways, yeah, what's up, people?
I don't know what the fuck you said, but Lo.
Yeah, I don't know what he said now. Yo, what's up, everybody in the chat? Shout out to all the people that's live. Shout out to everybody who's watching it and who subscribed. And thank y'all. I'm at 14K, going on 15, about to hit 20, probably in the next 2 weeks or so. So thank y'all for that, man.
All right, so we shall get into the NBA topics, man.
You're not gonna say what's up, man? Because I mean, there's people on my channel now who don't know who you are, man. Say what's up.
Oh, you gotten that big?
Say what's up. Say what's up, baby. And some people.
Hey man, it's Agent Zero. Y'all know how it is. I actually don't even have an intro because I've never had to do one before. Yeah, what's good, Joe? But let's get straight into it. We got Ryan Lochte. You probably heard all about this guy. Went over to. We'll start with the Olympic news and get more into the NBA. Nothing NFL related happened recently. Well, aside from the game dropping. So you guys heard what happened to Ryan Lochte. Apparently, he was like pissing all over a bathroom, and then the security guard held him up, and he's like, "Yo, you're gonna pay for that shit." And he basically had a gun out. And then Ryan Lochte turned around and pretended like he got robbed. So he kind of like exaggerated the situation, and then he got in a lot of shit for doing it. So, I mean, he's been under a lot of heat this last week. What do y'all think about it?
Yeah, even what you said isn't completely the truth. Ryan, I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't think it's Ryan Lochte though, but whatever his name is.
It don't matter.
Yeah. What happened was like he said something happened.
Sorry,
Ryan Lochte. With something happened in the bathroom. Basically, they vandalized the bathroom, tore down the door. Then they went outside. The owner basically said, "Yo, y'all need to pay for that because that's vandalism." In the middle of what they were doing, though, the security guard came out. The security guard had a gun on, but he didn't even pull the gun. So
he pulled the gun.
He pulled the gun. Are you sure he pulled the gun? Because
I'm just playing. I don't know.
I'm about to say I saw him come to their car door because they got in a taxi and the taxi's about to run off. So they're basically about to leave the place without even doing anything, and so they held him up. Then as they held him up, they tried to give him the money, but then Ryan Lochte, he basically was like, I'm done with this, I'm not staying here. Then he left. Then he lied to his mom about the story and what happened, and his mom told the media, and then that whole story got out. That's what happened.
You know how many times I lied to my mom about a story? I came back from doing something real stupid.
But his lie was so incredibly false and so far from the truth that people started to become suspicious of what happened. And really, my opinion on the whole entire thing is that man should immediately be exonerated from whatever medals that he won. He should not represent.
Damn.
Really? He should not represent the United States. He needs to be sent back to Rio so he can face the penalty of what he did. Because oh, excuse me.
It was vandalism though. It wasn't reckless.
I mean, but he also lied to an official as well.
But that's like he'll get a fine maybe, but he's not.
In different countries is different things. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what exactly the fine is over there or what happens. But the fact that they went on doing this and he continued to do it, and on top of that, I mean the gentleman himself, he is not the most intelligent man on the earth. I've seen him do numerous interviews, do numerous features on television shows, and it's obviously he's not the brightest candle in the workshop. And just coming from knowing him and not knowing him, but at least seeing him, I can't support anything that he does. He's an idiot. He's a terrible.
God.
He's a terrible representative for the United States. It's an embarrassment. As an American, I want to apologize to Rio and everybody else that's going down to Brazil, and he needs to be sent back to Rio. And
Damn, it was. I don't think it was that serious.
it's that serious because people are making excuses for him. That's the reason why it's that serious.
Waff? This is like a newscast when you say "back to you, Roger," and then like they wait for 10 seconds, except Waffle just never replied.
This man has.
Oh, my bad. My mic was muted. I was talking like for Jesus Christ. Anyways,
like 15 minutes. That's what you better say.
But damn, fuck. What was I about to say now? I said, yeah, this man. Bottom line, he should have never done that in the first place. You know, lying, and they do got different rules down there. So, but I mean, they got detained, but they should be facing crime penalties over here too. But as far as taking away his gold medals, I mean, he won the gold medals anyway. I mean, the crime has nothing to do with the medals, so I think he should still keep his medals, but he should be like all his endorsements, all his sponsorships, all his like participation in swimming stuff. It should be taken away. And this is a guy, Ryan Lochte. Like this is a guy who's actually a great swimmer. I mean, if Michael Phelps wasn't Michael Phelps, Ryan Lochte probably would have been Michael Phelps. So,
which is a shame because I don't want him representing the United States.
Well, he probably won't anymore.
He shouldn't.
Learn your lesson, folks. Don't
lie. Just don't lie on officials. That's it.
Well, he didn't lie. He lied too.
Stop.
But he told his mom. Like, why would you go back?
No. He told his mom, and then people addressed him about the lie. He continued to lie about the what was.
All right, but don't you think losing all his endorsements, because he lost a lot already. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not enough of a loss already. Like, fuck a fine. He lost that money already on top of what he might get.
Okay, what you making it seem like he should? What are you saying? I'm confused. What are you asking?
I don't know. They should just treat it like anything else, but I don't think it was.
But here's the reason why, because then there are people who were saying that, oh, it's okay, he doesn't have to. Because first of all, it took people multiple days to come to the conclusion that he lied. When in reality, off rip, people were consistently trying to tell, like, yo, you lied, you're a liar, get out of here. Brazil and Rio, and that whole region had a bad rep going into the Olympics because of things that were going on at the Olympics, the living conditions, and all the very questionable experiences that a lot of people had in Rio. And so they already had a bad name. So the fact that he would add on top of that is a huge misfortune. And the fact that he basically skipped town to come back to America while his other people got held up, nah, man. I can't mess with him.
Yeah, it's kind of snake still.
people were literally like, yo. People were literally like, "Yo, it's okay. He doesn't have to apologize. He's a kid. He's gonna make mistakes." That man is 31 years old. He's the same
man. Fuck
he's the same age as Carmelo Anthony. If Melo had the exact same, if Melo had a very similar experience and he lied about the officials, what do you think people will be saying right now in America about Melo?
Melo was having the opposite experience. He took pictures in the slums and he was posting on Instagram. He was very well received in Rio. This dude Melo. I had a side note I was gonna say. Fuck it, yo. Keep going, Lo.
No, I'm just saying. I'm disappointed in him, and it's unfortunate that Rio and Brazil and all of South America had to experience something like that, man.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Why the fuck does swimming have so many events? That's a real. Imagine if they had a 3v3 horse. 21. If they had all the shit that you play at the park with your friends at the Olympics, because they have backstroke. Because it's OD how many different types of swimming they have, man.
Is it OD? Nah,
it's way too much. It's way too much.
Is it? They got so much different type of swimming styles. Listen,
so bro. What? There's different game modes in 2K. We need the skills competition in the Olympics.
Game modes in 2K like what?
You know what I mean, though, man. There's
I don't know what you mean.
There's a lot of different ways to play every sport, and so why is that the only sport that gets?
Honestly, because track. When they run track, they run different sets of tracks.
Track is different. Swimming.
How's it different? Because it's a long distance. It's a long distance, and it's freaking.
Thank you, Waffle, for establishing that difference. I had no idea there was long.
But in swimming though, there's everything from diving to short distance to a longer distance.
Diving is different though. Racing. I'm saying like different kinds of the same 200 meter swim.
There's different type of racing events.
Look, I understand. I'm not saying there's no validity to why swimming has their events. I'm saying if they have their events, though, there should be some other sports that get some love too.
And we're telling you that when they race and they run, that's another event that have multiple events. That's a multiple competition that has multiple events.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see no problem. I mean, basketball goes on for like what? There's like 6 games of basketball. So.
Yeah, basketball.
Right. Maybe y'all aren't basketball fans and you wouldn't like to see that. But
basketball fan is too long. I mean, basketball is too long anyway because we already know America's going to win. So.
Imagine dunk contests. Imagine a dunk contest in the Olympics.
For what?
That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, for what though?
How does it matter? Because I'm about to roast waffle. How does it not make sense?
Why would you have a dunk contest in the Olympics?
Oh, you better not have said something technical like how would they score it? Because how would they score boxing? How would they score all these other sports?
How would they score boxing?
Yeah, this man, he was.
People in the chat, let me know right now. Would you like to see a dunk contest in the Olympics?
But what will be the?
And who's going to be dunking on the other squads?
That's what I'm saying. Who's going to be dunking?
Who would be playing the other teams other than America? We know who's going to win in regular basketball. Why do we have that in the Olympics then?
I'm asking the same question.
You think you want to remove back? Come on.
No, I just think they need to wrap it up and just give us the gold.
I mean, I don't see what the big. You might as well give the gold to the U.S. in the fucking swimming too then.
Yeah, exactly. They might as well just give it to Michael Phelps and call it a day.
All right, we need to have that in the Pan Ams or in the Commonwealth Games. We need to have it in one of the major events in the world. That shit would be lit.
Same thing with when they do the running. They might as well just give it to Usain Bolt, yo. Wrap that up.
Who is it? But Usain Bolt retired. But anyway, do y'all ever watch one of those dunk contest events? Like I know Shaq sponsored one like last year, some shit like that.
No, I don't really. I barely watch a dunk contest in the NBA.
That's it right there. If you watch an event like that, first of all, their dunks are a lot better than the NBA player dunks because that's what they do for a living. But that shit right there is phenomenal. I'd like to see that on the major stage. Anyway, we'll
Thank you, chat. The chat knows what they're talking about.
No, the chat. Anyway.
Peace ass.
In terms of fantasy, people have been asking us, yo, fantasy basketball, fantasy football. We're doing fantasy football again. I don't want as many people in it this year though. I feel like it was just watered down. Like I was just fishing for buckets in the free agents last year.
I mean, the ideal people should be around 10 to 12.
And 10 to 12 is good.
In football, I'm probably not gonna do it, but basketball, I'm for sure doing it.
You're not doing football this year?
I didn't do football last year.
Oh, you didn't? Who was in football? It was me, Waffle.
Mike Bush.
I know Mike Bush was in there, yeah. Oh, that was it? Same word. I thought Lowe was in it.
No, I wasn't in it.
Anyway, we'll be doing it. We'll just announce it closer to the actual start of the seasons. So if somebody gets injured punching a fire extinguisher again, we'll know to avoid drafting that dude. Mm-hmm. On a side note, Madden release. Do you guys give a fuck? You're not getting Madden, none of y'all, right?
No.
All right. And I guess that's it. Team USA won gold. If you've had any doubt, then you must be out your mind. But there were some teams that almost won, which I think is like an accomplishment if you're not US to almost win, because you're pretty much facing an all-star team.
True. It's not even the best of America, and teams still were struggling out there. So
yeah,
it's a shame. Like I said, they just need to wrap it up and just give us gold, man, and just call it a day.
Well, the same would be said about like soccer and other sports that you guys don't focus on.
Yeah, I know. They need to wrap it up.
I mean, sometimes you never know.
But that's part of the reason why people don't want baseball in the Olympics. But it's still a very popular sport. Just because one country's good at it now doesn't mean that other countries can't be good at it in the future.
No, they need to
wrap about baseball. I think baseball's a different story.
Yeah, baseball's a little bit different, but anyway, so the 2017 All-Star Game, it's like every year it's in New Orleans, it feels like, because it's back in New Orleans. If you don't know, they moved it from Charlotte because of the
Whoa, hold up a second. You got the topic list? Topic list?
Yes.
Oh,
Why would you ask that question? I'm going through the list, man.
I'm just saying.
And we talked about this before, but it's official. It's official now, though, right?
Yeah. Why are you jumping over so many Olympic topics? Jesus.
Y'all want to talk about all of those? You won.
No, I mean, but the rings versus medals. Come on.
All right, you get that one.
We can talk about that. Yo, bum ass Carmelo Anthony and DeAndre Jordan.
What did Carmelo say?
No, shut your ass.
Carmelo did not say. Bring up the quote, nigga. Bring up the quote.
Shut your asses up. Shut up. Nobody don't want to hear y'all non-winning having asses talk about, I'm so happy I got my medals because I know I ain't going to win no rings. So I'm about to get all these medals as I can. That's what they basically said.
Well,
Them
first of
dumbass
all,
people.
let me teach the chat a lesson real quick. I didn't even see. It's only 12 spots on the Olympic roster.
Okay.
Olympics are held every 4 years, so not every NBA player is gonna have a chance at getting an Olympic medal. For Christ's sakes, Harrison Barnes has an Olympic gold medal. Didn't even play any minutes in the Olympics. Barely played any minutes. What's happening here is basically Kyrie Irving just won the championship. Kyrie Irving is quoted saying that to him, in his opinion, and even went on Snapchat to even clarify his opinion, that winning a medal to him would be the same as winning an NBA ring. In his opinion, DeAndre Jordan, a person who has never played in the NBA Finals, never been to a conference finals, team is struggling every year to get to the playoff with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. He said that a medal was greater than an NBA ring, while he's out there dunking on niggas, doing all that stuff. And it doesn't really make any sense in my opinion, because everybody really knows. I'm not sure if these guys are just saying it just to say it, but everybody knows the competition in the NBA is greater. Everybody knows that the rigorousness of the NBA season's harder on the body. It's more difficult. The playoffs are there, and the path to a gold medal is way easier or less harder than a path to an NBA championship. Everybody knows that. So why these athletes are saying this, I don't know. Maybe they really believe it, or maybe they want to believe it. All I know is that, in reality, an NBA ring will always be better than a medal, but people shouldn't downplay the accomplishment of having a gold medal.
No, we should downplay it. You have a fucking all-star team going up against bums.
Exactly. It needs to be downplayed. And on top of that, the NBA doesn't even send, America doesn't even send their best basketball players to go play overseas.
And on top of that, the 3-point line is not 23 feet. That bitch is 21 and a half, yo.
And
that is a long two.
And you can do what is it called? You can do it's not really goaltending, but in the NBA it'll be goaltending. Like the rules are even set to give other people advantages.
I actually like that rule.
I saw some players who can't even shoot. But I saw Rubio make a 3 when I was watching one. I was like, nope. All right, so is that what we're doing now? We're just shooting long twos that count as threes.
Yeah, that's basically.
It means nothing. The FIBA rules, it's very different from NBA rules. I get that it takes a little bit to adjust to. You can't fucking sit there with the most overpowered team, and then it's like if you have the Warriors in 2K, don't turn around and start being like, I can't believe I beat the 76ers. Like, what did you expect? Did you want to lose? Like, if you lost, it would have been embarrassing. Like, there was no other option. Now, if you're not from US, you have an excuse, because it'd take an amazing amount of luck on your side to beat that All-Star team that is US. And so, looking at it from that, if you're Serbia, then maybe it is worth more, because it's very difficult to do it from your end, like next to impossible. But if you're from America saying that, like, I get it, you feel patriotic, etc., but more than NBA ring, I don't know about that.
Again, DeAndre said that because he knows for a fact he will not be getting no NBA ring.
Well,
he might, I can't say what's going to happen towards the end of a man's career, so I don't know. He might join the team, be part of a super team, because he can't do it by himself because he's not that good. So he might do what he may need to do. But
he's a center, so.
He's still not good, though. What are you saying?
He's good, but he just can't hit free throws.
Oh, okay. And do anything else besides catch a lob from Chris Paul. I'm saying, though. Nah. Oh, he can play defense, too. He can play defense. But, again, I don't, like Agent said, the competition is so different, and it's such a vast comparison between what the United States puts on the floor, regardless if it's their best players or their second best players or whoever it is. It's a huge difference. And the fact that, again, LeBron James, Chris Paul, Curry, Westbrook, a long list of players that are arguably better than majority of that team didn't even make that team. Again, and we still out there killing people. So no, it doesn't really matter that much.
Hey, I respect your opinion.
No, that's a fact. Trust me.
It's an opinion.
Nah, that's a fact. Boy, them boys out there, they trying to win something. That's all.
All right. So I know this dude Waffle's dying to talk about how much he likes Melo and how Melo broke these records. So Waffle, why don't you carry this one?
Oh no. Congrats to Melo. I mean, Olympic record. But now we got work to do, bro. Come home, bro. I miss you, bro.
Whoa.
You get that work done, bro.
All
He,
right.
he, he, need, he, need, he need to do something to stay in shape, like you said, man.
Exactly, bro. It's just a little pick up on overseas in Rio de Janeiro.
Exactly.
Robbing everyone's mic.
So we're
I don't
back
know why I
in.
mute myself. What the hell?
Everyone just muted themselves. I was like, what's going on?
I don't know why I
All right,
muted myself.
LeBron James he got that re-signed, that 3-year, $100 million. It's the first time I've ever seen where that it's ever happened where it's 3-year, $100 million, because you have to be over 10 years pro to get the maximum amount, and then you also have to have bird rights with the team. So there's a lot of things that went into it, and they have to give you max. So LeBron is the first player with the 3-year, $100 million, which is crazy, because if you saw a 4-year, $100 million in the past, you'd be like, oh, that's big money. But now people are getting that in 3 years. So that means he resigns. You be out your goddamn mind to trade this player. So LeBron, does that man retire with the Cleveland Cavaliers?
I think he does. At this point, I mean, if he signed 3 years long term like that, honestly, I'm thinking at the end of his 3-year contract, hell, I'm not sure if he's going to retire, but he might think about retiring. I mean, 3 years he'll be like what, 36 years old. I mean, maybe if he rings another
What?
ring.
He'll be 36 years old. What do you? He like 34.
What? Nigga, it's like 32 right now.
He's 30. Well, he might be 32 at the end of the year, but you said 36. That's still not 36. What are you saying? Even three plus 32 is not 36.
It don't matter, boy. 35, 30. I'm saying in 3 years after his contract, nigga.
Okay.
So it'll be like 35, 30. Jesus Christ, calm
I ain't
down.
gonna lie. That's kind of scary, is it not? Like this is gonna be like the last like long term LeBron contract we get, because that nigga will retire. I mean, he won't. I mean, it's not certain, but he's gonna be retiring sometime soon after this contract.
I mean, but we don't know. Maybe he'll still be playing at an extremely high level in 3 years. So, I mean, but
you just said he was 38, so I don't know.
wow, you just bumped add 2 years of it.
You,
But I mean,
you added one.
as long as LeBron James is there, Kyrie Irving is still young, Kevin Love is still young as well. I mean, if he's still there, they'll always have a shot to win, especially if he's in the Eastern Conference. Because you look at the Eastern Conference team, not really any team is going to be really that better in about 2 or 3 years. So you'll see him be on the top if he's still playing.
All right.
Yeah, it's huge. Congratulations to LeBron, well deserved. On the amount of money that he received, there's nobody else in the league, in my opinion, that should be getting anywhere near close, because that's the level of play that he comes to. That's the level of play he attains every single time he's on the court. So for sure, congratulations to him. I have no complaint about it. If anything, he should receive more money. They need to make an exception to certain players and then make sure they can get whatever amount of money that the team is willing to pay them, and LeBron James should fall in that category.
Yep. Just fuck the cap space, right?
Yeah, fuck the cap space.
And luxury taxes and the entire CBA. Let's just roll without it.
Exactly.
We're going to have to verify here with Waffle, but according to Waffleman60, LeBron says MJ gets too much credit, and KD for the Warriors is great for the NBA. Waffleman, what do you have to say about this?
These are facts. These is quoted.
What?
Well, what LeBron really said, well, he basically said MJ gets too much credit, but LeBron said that the other players on the Bulls team didn't get enough credit. So basically he's saying MJ got a little bit too much credit, pulling them teams to those 6 rings, being an MVP.
He pulled them teams in the 6 rings.
6 finals MVPs. But LeBron doesn't think that, of course. I mean, of course LeBron's going to say that. So disrespectful.
I just did a poll on my channel where people said that there's some people that believe, there's a good handful of people that believe Scottie Pippen is a top 20 player of all time. Some people believe he's top 30. I think top 30 is too high at this point now. But there's a good handful of people who believe that Scottie Pippen is a top 30 or 20. So with that being said, no, I don't think that Michael Jordan gets too much credit. I think he gets the right amount of credit. I think he deserves what he got. It's kind of hard to not justify what he did in the NBA for the time that he was in the NBA. I don't understand what he's saying there. Kevin Durant thing, I think he's just trying to justify it because he did something he did something similar when he was with Miami.
Yeah, So he would say it was great.
All right, we shall move on then.
Yo, you're not even saying nothing about these topics, man. Yo, get it. In the chat, yo, hashtag get a new host, man. Hashtag new host.
Say, well, Waffle kind of just took words out of his mouth when he said MJ gets too much credit.
I mean, he said that.
But did he really?
You want me to pull the quotes up, sir?
No, it's fine.
No, I was saying that.
And KD for the Warriors is great for the NBA. The more I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, because I was playing my league, and everything I try, no matter what I do, I lose. I lose to the fucking Warriors. I was like, this is not fun. It is not fun to do, like, unless you just cheese and then you know how you can force trades on my league? That's the only way to beat this team. And part of me, like, this was a team I liked to watch last year. But now I'm starting to think, like, I really hope a team beat. Like, I will cheer for LeBron if it means that this team doesn't win a championship now, because it just ruins. Yeah, I'm starting to realize, like, if I know which team is going to win, do I have to watch next season? Especially past my Raptor games. Like, I'm going to stick with the Raptor games, and that's it. Fuck your team. I'm not watching that shit.
I mean, you never know. You're going to be watching because they're a super team, and, you know, you're going to be watching them, wanting them to lose. So any team that has remember all those games that were close last year when the Warriors had that insane record and people were like, man, are they going to lose that game? People were tuning into those games, bro. Those games were entertaining as hell at the end.
But those are only at most, like, what?
That's like 6 games.
10, I mean, that's what I'm saying, like, at most 10 games. So what people get excited for 6 games, or 10 games out of an 82 game
No,
season?
it was a lot more than that, because if you're on Twitter, at least, when someone's on fire, it's obviously trending, and then people start to tune in.
He said being close. But the reason why I don't think it's good is because, I mean, people are acting as if, like, KD going to the Warriors, they're going to get, like, this whole slew of new viewers watching. Every game that they played last year, they got a lot of views. They got on nearly. They had regular season games, because that regular season game against OKC last year, when Curry pulled up from basically half court to win the game. That game itself got more views than most playoff games in the East. So again, I mean, they got views last year. So it's not like it's going to be this whole flux. It's not like there's going to be like a whole new fluctuation of people viewing the game just because KD's on that team. KD's not bringing in 100,000 more views. Like, I mean, well, he probably gonna bring 100,000. Yeah, he probably bring 100,000. But he's not gonna bring in like another 3 million views. They are already getting millions of people to watch this stuff anyway.
But the Golden State Warriors brought in a lot of casual fans last year. Now that they have KD and they're going to be incredibly overpowered, I mean, when you're new to a sport, you're always looking for a team to cheer for, and it's fun to cheer for a team that's winning. And so I think that there's going to be a lot of new NBA fans, and that they're just going to, by default, go with the team that has the most hype, which is going to be the Golden State Warriors, which is great for the NBA because those casual fans eventually turn into basketball heads, and then they start to be fans of other teams. And so, I mean, when you see it from that perspective, it could be good, but when you see it from with no parity, sports is like the WWE. That shit is staged. So, I mean, it ruins a lot of it, unfortunately. But I don't know. Part of me, you know, what I like about the NFL is that it's one game. Like, the Giants won 2 Super Bowls because it was one game. If that was a series, best of 3, best of 5, there's a great chance. No, they wouldn't have, especially that second one. He caught a catch on his helmet, and it got reviewed a million times. Like, you don't get that lucky 2 games in a row. So I'm saying
exactly, you don't get that lucky. He's clutch.
It's that there's always new teams in the Super Bowl, and do this new team that does well here and then fails in the playoffs. That's what makes the NFL fun, and that right there was just like gutted from the NBA this year, and I think that's why some people are frustrated. But I mean, I think I'll tune into a few games to see how Golden State does, but I'm low key disappointed. I don't know where we started or how we got here, but we'll move topics. Kevin Durant says he doesn't care if he wins or loses. When did he say that, Waffle? These quotes are getting ridiculous.
I want to say, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
what the whole quote? That was just a little, you know, stubble in the fucking, what do you call this shit again? An outline. What Kevin Durant said is that he says that he thinks he plays best when he doesn't care about winning or losing. So he just wants to play free, like he's on the park. You know, games don't count.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I
So
mean, what does that
go play for the 76ers then, nigga.
what does that mean about how he handles pressure?
That's the
Yeah,
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Then again, like reporters kind of catch you on off times, and sometimes you just say some shit to get them off your back. So I doubt he highly just sat there for a day and just thought about it, and then asked for a press conference.
No, I think he really believes it.
I think he really believes it. So whatever Kevin Durant said, I got to take the low road now because I do because the stuff he be doing and saying, I'll just be like, I'll be really contemplating like, yo, who mans is this right now, yo? Like who dude is this? Who do that?
I mean, maybe thinking about winning messes up his game sometimes. So
go play for the Sixers. Go play overseas. Go play in the D League. What are you saying?
No, you don't get it though. When you have millions of people following you and ready to talk shit, just preying on your fall and some supporting you, like you can't just sit there and think about it. And, like not everyone has a Kobe mentality. Not everyone's Kobe. Or
name me one great player that didn't think about winning games. They didn't think about trying to win games. Please tell me.
No, that's not what he's saying though. What he's saying is like he just wants it to come naturally. I don't know if you guys watch the show Dark Matter, but there's the black chick in Dark Matter who fights, but she said it just comes. I mean, it's fake, but she said it just comes naturally, and that it's difficult to explain. I've never been under that much pressure.
You think Shaq went out there and was like, I really don't care if I want to lose. It just needs to.
But I think you're taking it out of context. What he's really trying to
say is, you think Iverson would have came in there and said, yo, I'm just trying to play.
But Iverson never won though. Iverson never won. Okay, take this in.
But regardless if you win or lose, you think that any great player took that mentality?
I don't think he said it like that. I think he said it like when I think less, when I just do, because he's been repeating these movements forever. So if he just lets the movements take over in his practice, he'll win. You don't have to think about that. That just happens. That's instinctual.
Yeah, no, it's
so I don't know.
Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just let the shots fall.
Vogel says that Frank Vogel, coach of the Magic, says that all the fucking time. The amount of times I've listened into a huddle when he was coaching the Pacers, and he said, don't even look at the rest of the game. Don't even look at the next possession. Right now, you need to score 2 points, 3 points. Every possession is like that's the possession. I think that's what he's trying to say.
It's a difference from making sure you pay attention to what's going on right now. Then I'm not concerned about winning. When I'm in the game, I'm not concerned about winning or losing. I'm just concerned about finding my flow within the game. Because basically, if at the very least I can give him, he's going out there not necessarily concerned about winning or losing because he knows if he just goes out there and finds himself in the game and finds himself within the flow of the game, he's going to win. You're
saying that like all great players have the opposite mentality. Did y'all see?
Name me a player.
I need y'all to go back.
I need you to name me a player.
I'll name you one right now.
Name me one right now.
I need y'all to go back to Game 7 of this year's finals.
I just need you to name me a player.
And I'm about to name it. And go check out LeBron's performance and see how much bricks he got. He made one shot in that quarter that I seen.
You think LeBron in that moment? LeBron in that moment, he's taking all them shots and missing all of them. You don't think he was like, I gotta make sure I win this game? You don't think he wasn't thinking that?
Of course he was, and KD thinks that too.
No, that's what he just said.
Okay.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Lo, I think you're just being incredibly pessimistic. He was just speaking. I think you're being real harsh on him.
I think he meant what he said.
I think he meant what he said.
So you just think he doesn't care about winning? You think he went to Golden State because he doesn't?
No, he cares about winning, but he doesn't want. I think because after making that move, I think he doesn't want that pressure to be on him. So he can just
kidding me?
No, wait, so he can be on the court without really having the concern
you are out of your mind.
Or losing.
No, you're not, because you're making way too much assumptions right now.
Ain't no assumption. The nigga
I've seen him. I've seen that man tear apart teams in the clutch. I've seen him do it.
If that's the case, then why didn't he just go to another team? He left a team that could have won.
Because he wants to win.
Iguodala claimed that was the best team in the league. Said that shit himself. Why would that man go to that? And
now there's a new best team in the league, and they're both on it.
Why would that man make that? Why would that man make the decision to go to that team if he doesn't want the pressure of winning to be on him?
Because he wants to win, bitch. He was just on a team that lost.
He was on a team that lost because of him.
I get that. But here was the pitch, and it was a good pitch. Who's it? Woj tweeted it. I'll repeat it again. They said, if you stay on the team, Kevin Durant, you'll win a championship, and we'll win some too. But if we both play together, if you join our team, we'll win a lot. And that's true. That's the truth right there. Because what other team is gonna, unless Chris Paul, Melo, Dwayne, well, I don't even know if they need Dwayne needs at this. Unless that super team comes together. assuming there's no injuries, I can't imagine that this team doesn't win. And that's a really good pick.
And
that's why he joined.
He doesn't want to think about winning or losing. He just wants to find him. That's what he said.
No. Anyway,
he can't take being the number one player on the team.
Exactly.
Imagine somebody was saying this shit about y'all. Like, you don't know what's going on.
I wouldn't join the Golden State Warriors to validate their thoughts.
He did it to win. He didn't do it for any other reason.
He could have gone to any other team and been winning.
And he could have won on that team.
No, that team would give him the greatest chance of winning. And that's
but he could have. If he was concerned about winning,
nigga, he could have went to any other team. He could have went to the East.
He could have won any other team.
And then he would still have to play.
Plenty of teams in the East that he could have won.
Or he's on. Wait, what? If you would still have to play the Warriors and the Spurs if he went to the
NBA? He was one game away from beating
I'm not going to justify what Kevin Durant did. I just don't think that he literally sits there and he's like, I really don't want to be here, and I don't want to take no shots in the fourth quarter, because I've seen him have that.
I'm not saying he doesn't want to take shots in the fourth quarter. What I'm saying, because from that quote that I heard, it sounds like, and it comes across, somebody who's on the floor and they don't want to be bothered with them having to deal with the stress of winning or losing. Just like when I don't even want to say role players, because some role players, when they get on the floor, they understand that somebody going to get doubled and the ball going to get kicked out to them and they better make their shot. But there's some players in the NBA who I wholeheartedly believe that are just in the NBA and they're not concerned about winning or losing. They're just out there trying to put their bucket. They're just out there trying to score.
And those players are Lou Williams and Nick Young. You can tell which players those are. I think, you're making large assumptions based on, a quote taken out of context as well.
But they've been players who played on all-star levels, who have also been in that camp of, I'm just out here trying to get my numbers.
Anyway, we're just going in circles at this point. We need to bring out the circle. I don't think that's what he meant, because I've watched him play live and I've seen him be phenomenal. I don't think you get to the point where you're a superstar in the NBA avoiding big moments. It just doesn't happen. Anyway, we'll move on. Larry Bird says he wants the Pacers to score 105 points per game. If you don't know, they moved Frank Vogel, their head coach. They're trying to look for a more up-tempo game, which is weird because they just picked up Al Jefferson. They did also pick up Thad Young and Jeff Teague this year, so they're trying to up the pace a little bit. Is it possible? 105 points per game for the Pacers?
Yeah. I'm assuming Al Jefferson probably going to come off the bench because they have Miles Turner. So they're probably going to run a lineup with Jeff Teague, Monte Ellis, or maybe is CJ Miles on that team? I don't know who's on at the two. Maybe Monte comes off the bench. But Jeff Teague, Monte Ellis, Paul George, Thad Young, and Turner. And that team can put up 103 points. I think he just wants to run more up-tempo, flexibility with his lineups. And I think hopefully getting rid of Frank Vogel. I don't really know, the back and forth they had with one another and his issue with his coaching style. Maybe it was the slow tempo. Maybe it was the more attention to pacing the game that best benefits the Pacers. I don't know exactly what it was, but maybe up in the tempo and trying to get more shots up and looks and easy buckets will probably put them in situations to win more games.
Woff?
I was thinking if it was possible. They scored about 102 points per game last season, so it's definitely possible for the addition of Jeff Teague. Yeah.
What is he complaining about, man? What the fuck?
But, you add Jeff Teague, who I think is an upgrade from George Hill. You add Al Jefferson, who's definitely going to score the basket compared to who you had last season with Jordan Hill. And you also add, what do you got? Thad Young.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to, Thad Young averages about 12 to 14 points per game last season. And the Nets had a pretty good season.
He's underrated for sure.
So he's going to, those guys are definitely going to. He's still a good player.
Well, the fact that he's getting his numbers and his buckets. I think he was grabbing like 9 to 10 rebounds too last year.
Yeah, but I was just saying I think it's easier to do that on a trash team. But
I think it'll also be easier on a team where you got Jeff Teague and Paul George taking up some.
I played fantasy to know, because MCW was a beast when I had him. Next year he moved to Bucks. He was trash. I've seen it happen a lot of times.
That's different.
I'm saying I've seen it happen countless times playing fantasy. The best players to get fantasy, we're talking about stats. The best players to get are easily the ones on trash teams.
Thad Young. Well, Jack was a good player in fantasy last year too.
But you don't think Thad Young can get you? I mean, nigga said 12
I don't
points.
think
Nigga said what he said.
No.
You don't think he's gonna get 12?
I think Miles Turner's gonna get a lot of his minutes. I don't even know if he'd start.
Why would Miles Turner get? Why would that? What the fuck are you talking?
To be honest, I don't.
Miles Turner can't play center though.
Miles Turner would just play center.
He can. But I'm saying, if they're looking for up tempo, keep in mind Frank Vogel is a very defensive minded coach. That Indiana team. Remember when it was Indiana versus Miami and they just locked down? It was ugly. It was just beautifully ugly basketball with like nice defense, and that switched up last year. They asked Frank Vogel to run fast pace, and then I guess they didn't like the way he did it. Long story short, not only did they remove the coach that gave him the good defense, but now they're teaching all these players that were so focused on defense, nah, just rush the ball. So I feel like this might be a team next year that ups the turnovers a lot. Maybe low.
The turnovers will be up there.
And they'll definitely. I think we're gonna see the field goal percentage hopefully increase because if you're making fast break buckets. But I'm feeling worried about that team.
That's how the game is now. A lot of teams are going to be switching to fast-paced offense now.
Yeah, that's true.
Mike D'Antoni, CJ Hornacek, there's going to be a lot of fast-paced teams out there.
Mike D'Antoni.
But those coaches aren't successful anymore.
Jesus Christ, that nigga Mike D'Antoni should not be coaching.
Oh, well, I don't know. We didn't see it.
I'm about to say, oh no, I'm looking at it. Yeah, they were 11th in pace, scored 102 points. I don't know what Larry Bird is expecting getting rid of Frank Vogel, but last year. Thad Young, 15 points, 9 rebounds. I think he can. Again, he did that in 33 minutes. I don't think he's going to be a 15-point scorer, but 12. I think 12 for sure.
12 makes sense. But I think
12 makes sense.
The Pacers. I think that where the Pacers' problem lies is more in the half-court offense, in my opinion.
That's true. I
mean, yeah, they got. I mean, that's what they were looking for last season when you saw them playing in the playoffs. Like, where's the half-court offense at? You know, there's a lot of ISO. Give it to Paul George a little bit. Monte chuck up a shot. Who's that bum ass nigga on that team? There's some CJ Miles. Some bum ass nigga was doing some crazy shit.
But I disagree with. No, Lance wasn't on that team.
He was doing crazy shit.
Yeah, I think the thing about in a half court setting, I think it does kind of going back to Thad Young. If he's able to space the floor correctly, and he hasn't been a perimeter. He hasn't been a threat on the perimeter for a while, especially with being with Brooklyn in the down years with the Sixers. It all depends on how exactly he plays and if he can continue to develop and adapt to the type of playing style that they have. Because if he can adapt and he can continue to develop, Thad Young, I'm a huge fan of 6'8", 6'9" forwards that can play both small forward, power forward, that can flex on the defensive end, help you out on the boards and space the floor. If he can do that for that team, I think that's be huge. And he's going to help on the boards. He's going to be able to flex at both power forward and small forward if they give him that opportunity. But again, it's just his spacing is what I'm more concerned about.
This that nigga Rodney Stuckey, that bum ass nigga that was doing that.
Yeah, Rodney Stuckey. Okay, that's something.
He was doing crazy stuff.
No, that sounds.
He played like ass. He played like ass in the playoffs. That was brutal to watch.
Yeah.
Anyway, except one of the games he turned up. So the NBA released their schedule in the last couple of weeks. Of course, Waffleman made a video talking about how the Knicks are going to get a lot of. They got that Christmas Day game, right?
Yeah, but.
Yeah. So the schedule is laid out. If you're following a team and you don't know their schedule, you can just Google Warriors schedule or Raptors schedule, and you'll see that shit. Of course, the Raptors, like always, get no love on national TV, but it's all good. Raptors are the best kept secret in the East. Yeah, they're always underrated.
It's not good. Y'all need to get more shine than what y'all do.
Anyway, so I mean, I don't know. Is there anything you all want to touch on? Any big games?
When is the first OKC and Golden State Warrior game?
That's like November 3rd or 2nd.
Yeah, I think it's like a few weeks within the
I think it's like 1 week or 2 weeks. But anyway,
that's for sure. That's the move. That's gonna be the move.
We know who's gonna win though, right? Like
but I just gotta see Westbrook and KD on the same team.
I don't know who's gonna win, bro. To be honest, I'm waiting to see that game. I don't know who's gonna win any of these games that are on national TV.
You know how much Westbrook would have to turn up for him to not lose that game?
And he's gonna turn up. He's gonna turn up, bro.
Oh yeah, he's gonna turn up. I'm not. You think Westbrook go out there and be like, I don't know, I really don't focus on winning.
Oh no. But like he'd have to do a lot, like more than I think I've ever seen him do, to be not only Curry now, but also his ex-teammate Durant.
I mean, he still got a team too.
I don't know. He missing a couple of pieces there. But I think Westbrook really about to. I'm waiting for that man to turn up in this NBA season, yo. That's by far the most important. That's by far the most. I'm trying to think of the word. That's the thing I'm looking forward to the most, basically.
You're anticipating.
Yeah, anticipating.
Yeah. Oh, we got and we got the Sixers and well, first of all,
Sixers in the who, nigga?
well, first of all, NBA starts October 25th on a Tuesday, which kind of sucks because I got class late on Tuesday, so 8 p.m. But I'm gonna be there. New York at Cleveland, then we got San Antonio at Golden State. Should be some pretty good matchups. Kawhi Leonard versus KD, Melo versus LeBron, Kyrie, Rose, and we also got Utah at Portland on that day, squeezed in. Nobody really cares about that. But the next day, another national game. We got the Sixers and the Lakers making it to national TV.
That's terrible.
That's ridiculous,
Adam Silver or Kiki Vandeweghe to lose their job. I don't know who decided that they need to lose their job.
Which is kind of interesting because you go from 4 teams in total on October 25th to like being the teams people want to watch, and then the next day you get to see the young players on the other teams.
You know what I think they did? They're like, we need to get the Lakers on national TV game, but we need it so that they win. So they're like, what bum-ass team can we put in there so the Lakers could actually win?
Well, the Lakers are facing the Rockets.
Oh, I thought you said the Lakers versus the Sixers.
They're not even playing the Sixers. What's the
come
point?
On, yo. Well,
they both have national TV games on the same day. This is what I'm saying.
Who are the Sixers playing?
The Sixers are playing the Thunder.
For what?
Lord.
For what? I'm gonna tell you right now. These are the first games of the season.
This is the second games.
I'm gonna tell you right now. That Lakers versus Rockets. It'll go into overtime, and both teams will score over 125 points because no defense will be paid.
Damn, you have a fortune teller globe? You know those globes, like those little balls they have?
No defense will be played. Shout out to my man Brutal Sims out there, aka Mr. Cleo, because I'm gonna be Mr. Cleo right now. That team, neither one of them plays defense. 125 points will be scored on both sides.
Well, they don't really have offense on LA, but I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but a lot of turnovers are going to happen, though, so they're going to be just throwing the ball away. So.
Yeah. All right,
I mean, if you look at the list of games on that day, and I put the link in the chat, I mean, Detroit and Toronto would have been better, but other than that, everything's like,
Let me see this.
You need to never do that again.
I would much rather watch Detroit and Toronto than Lakers and Lakers and fucking James Harden, because that's basically what it is now.
Some of y'all think I'm oblivious though. I understand, especially the playoff Raptors. They're not that like I was thinking if I was in a Raptor fan, I want to be watching this bum ass team shoot 37%. So there are some teams that just aren't as entertaining to watch. Like I used to think that was the Spurs, and I think that changed recently. They're a little bit more exciting with Kawhi there now. But there's just some teams I'm like, I mean, I get that. There's gonna be those teams. The Raptors for some people is that team, but. Really? We just ran out of teams we could put in the national game?
I'd rather watch Utah and Portland. I'd much rather watch that.
Utah's one of the boring teams to play.
Would you? Too. I don't know if I can watch Utah.
Utah and Portland,
I can't watch Utah. Portland can watch, though.
Someone said the Lakers have the biggest fan base in the NBA.
Probably.
Is that a fact? Probably. I think it'd be New York. New York has the most
population. No, you don't know what you're talking about, boy.
I mean, one's the biggest city in America.
It's the LA status.
Well, they have the history. So I guess
people just hop on the LA bandwagon from the whole country.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. That.
And a lot of great players come from LA, so I guess it doesn't make sense.
And a lot of great teams are from the Lakers. You know, you can't say it about New York. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I bet you just assumed that the place with the most population in the country would likely have the most fans.
What they got to root for? I mean, ain't nothing going on in New York, man.
Come on, yo. Even if New York is one of those teams, like it could be ass forever, and there'll still somehow be fans. They have been ass for a while, though.
But nobody's not going to openly say I'm a New York fan. Like maybe now they will, but like 2-3 years ago, ain't nobody gonna be like, I'm a New York fan.
Are you kidding me? You know how bad they've been for how long?
Nigga.
Especially 6 years ago, how many? I mean, you talking about like them old heads that are like Spike Lee age, like back in my day, Walt Frazier. Shut your ass up. Not them people. I'm talking about people. I know it's a lot of them. I'm talking about people our age. How many people our age, 5 years ago, they were saying Hey, I'm a New York Knicks fan. Ain't nobody was saying that.
Man, I was saying that nigga. That nigga German Lane was
You're
turning up.
from New York.
That nigga German Lane was turning up, boy.
Stop.
That's true, actually. That's true.
Bro, you gotta hop on the New York train, man, with all of these players. Novak was turning up. That nigga.
Wow. Yeah, you're crazy.
You know what? For the fan base they have, the New York Knicks are surprisingly not annoying. Because there's some fan bases that I'm like, I just don't even want to hear from you. Because this is just annoying every time you open your mouth. But, I mean, I don't ever hear, like, I don't hear crazy talk coming out of New York. Sometimes from Waffle talking about how Melo's better than some players. But, I mean, nothing too overboard.
I'm very unbiased.
No, you're very.
I spit facts, nigga. That's all I spit is facts.
No, you don't.
All I spit. You can't name me one instance where I said something crazy.
You said Porzingis should be Rookie of the Year.
I did not say that. I said Karl Anthony Towns, sir.
Sure you did. All right. Okay.
On the top, where does Melo rank in the top right now in the NBA? Top 10, top 20.
He's top 20, top 25.
Is he still top 20? Oh,
top
25.
Top 50? Top 50?
Wait, pause.
He's obviously top 50.
Top 30, top 30, top 30.
Top 30? I'll take top 30. Right.
Awful with the copyright.
Anyway.
I told y'all sleeping on me, but I said Melo gonna average 24 points per game, but he's gonna average over 18 points per game.
Well, how about this?
You're bugging.
We need to have a segment on this podcast where we compare two different players, because I think this would be neat. And you might think I'm crazy for even thinking this, but I mean, I think it might be close. Who's having a better season? Who's scoring more next season? Porzingis or Miles Turner?
Porzingis.
Yeah. Oh, Miles Turner.
I don't know. Miles Turner turned up at the end of last year.
I think Porzingis. I think there's a huge possibility that Porzingis' growth will be stunted with the amount of players and new faces in New York right now. Because I was looking at some Porzingis highlights and things that he was able to do. I think people don't give him enough credit last year because honestly, I don't think he was that far of a difference from Porzingis and Karl Anthony Towns last year. I know that sounds crazy, but if you go look at what Porzingis actually was doing, especially even spacing the floor, people like to give credit to Karl Anthony Towns for spacing the floor, but he wasn't shooting nowhere near as many threes as Porzingis was, and he was still hitting them at a very consistent rate. So I don't know. And Porzingis out there getting 2 blocks. He was out there running the floor really well, especially for somebody who's 7'3". He was out there put back, dunking, rebounding extremely well for the amount of minutes that he got. I don't know. The numbers may not look the exact same, but it's simply because Karl Anthony Towns is out there on the floor way longer than Porzingis was. If you actually match up their numbers on their per 36, the numbers are way more similar.
But again, I think it's that same thing where Porzingis was one of the main options past Melo on that team. So both of the players
what was Karl Anthony Towns? Was he not? He was a third option, the fourth. What are you saying?
I mean, the amount he scored. I mean, you could just always look at field goal attempts and just compare that, or you can go by the per 36 of the players, or you can use their efficiency stat. Any one of those metrics work. But going back to Miles Turner, he turned up at the end of last year, and he went on. He talked publicly talking about how he wants to score 18 points per game next year. And so,
I don't know about 18, but I think he's gonna have a better season next year than Porzingis. Yeah.
I think it makes it interesting because now Al Jefferson's on that team, and they still have
He's coming off the bench, though. He's coming off the bench,
but he'll still be taking minutes that Miles would have gotten last year.
Right? I don't know. I think Jefferson might get 24.
You think he's getting that little?
He getting older, and not only is he getting older, like he might have an issue with staying on the court. With health issues and stuff like that, and being healthy.
Yeah. All right. We need to get some comparisons. Since I mean, it's summertime, so before the season starts up, you just be like, if you think of another one right now. Oh, this one might insult some people. It's the same two teams. Who's having a better season in terms of points per game, Rose or Jeff Teague?
I think Jeff Teague is a better player than Derek Rosinio right now.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I mean, I think so too.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like that's a tough one.
Until Rose shows me otherwise.
How much? Jeff Teague put up 15 points and Rose put up 16 points. I mean, I'm not sure if Jeff Teague's gonna score more because he's on a team other than.
But Jeff Teague was hurt last year. That's another reason why.
Was he hurt?
Yeah, he was hurt. I mean, he was playing hurt the whole entire year.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
I think I'll roll with you guys on Jeff Teague. I like
everybody in the chat saying Jeff Teague too, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of I when I was watching him in the playoffs, I was just amazed because I didn't see Kyle Lowry doing this. I saw Jeff T just attacking with no fear. I was like, that's beautiful. So it wasn't following a lot of them, but it was nice to see he still felt confident about his shot.
He was hurt. He was playing hurt the entire year, so that's the reason why I gave him a pass.
I guess, yeah. That's Kobe's excuse for his last 8 years in the league. He just always had some sort of injury.
8 years, so you're over exaggerating on the legend's birthday. Today is Kobe Bryant's birthday, and you disrespecting that man.
Yo. Kobe been playing with the injured finger forever, y'all. With the injured finger forever. Not only that, he injured there needs to be like a chart, like a graphic with all his injuries on it. Shit would be amazing. I don't know why the graphic y'all are seeing right now is the first ever YouTube banner I made. I don't know why that shit is showing up, but anyway.
That shit ugly.
Yeah, it is
why does he
ugly.
have this shit?
I only see like a 16th of it, and I know it's ugly.
Yeah, it is pretty ugly. I'm not gonna front. But anyway, someone in the chat put up a good one. I missed who it was, unfortunately, but he said Devin Booker or Rodney Hood.
I saw that too. It's gonna be Rodney Hood though.
Devin Booker.
No, it's Rodney Hood.
Yeah, I think with Bledsoe coming back, I mean, Rodney Hood was already having a good year. It looks like they're going to make trades, potentially getting Gordon Hayward out of there, so he might be getting more touches. And that guy, he might be an all-star. I hope he is because he's on a good route right now. I like that guy, Rodney Hood.
Yeah, like you said, Booker's going to be back. I mean, he should help his...
Booker's going to be back.
I mean, not Booker, my bad. Bledsoe's going to be back, and I think it's going to help Booker's field goal percentage because I think that for sure hurt him in the long run. But I just don't. I can't see that man Booker putting up the exact same numbers with Bledsoe staying on the floor. Now, if Bledsoe's hurt, then of course they're going to run the offense through Booker, and so I think Booker will be.
I think Bledsoe's definitely going to get hurt.
Damn, Jesus Christ!
Hopefully,
he said definitely.
Hopefully he doesn't, but
I hope
I'll put $5 on right now. He's gonna get hurt.
Wow, this nigga praying for his downfall. That's crazy.
Well, very rare that a player makes the 82 games, so you're probably right.
It's very rare that a player makes.
It's like it's unlikely. It's unlikely. That was a bad choice of words. It's unlikely.
That's true too.
Okay, so why don't we do one more? We'll do someone in the chat who's a 6-side Raptor put in DeRozan or Butler.
Butler. Next question.
Wait, Butler like what? Scoring more points?
Jimmy Butler. Yeah. Well, let's just talk about overall.
Who's better? Who's better, right? Yeah. Butler. Next one.
Yeah, I agree with Butler because he's better defensively. I think
offensively.
DeRozan's better offensively though.
Yeah, DeRozan's better offensively. He is.
When you're worried about putting DeMar on a small forward because he's gonna get cooked, I think that's a problem. Now we're lucky we have great wing defenders now with DeMar Carroll, but that's that's something that I wish he was better at. And Jimmy could actually shoot threes, so I guess that helps too.
I'm about to say
Jimmy could shoot threes?
He's not the greatest three-point shooter.
No,
but he's better. He's better than DeRozan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
DeRozan.
Jesus Christ! God damn, shooting guard position. Oh my God, Klay Thompson, where you at?
I literally had a conversation with somebody in one of my videos, and they were trying to explain to me like how deep the guard position is today, and I'm like, the point guard position, but the shooting guard?
That shit is light.
That shit is light as hell. That shit is too light.
Someone said, Christy said, this dude agent gonna start bringing in 2K rating to support DeRozan. DeRozan was rated a 90 at one point, so.
Not kill yourself.
They think it was rated at 90.
Oh, you talking about one of them my team cards? You right? You right? A moments.
No,
cards.
I was talking his actual dynamic.
No, you moment the moments card. You right? You right.
Both, really both.
He was the most useless 90 overall ever. Because it's
like
he
was killing your
team up. I was say you can one team up. The AI make that man look like make him look like Dominique Wilkins out there. That man be dunking on everybody on team up.
Oh my God. Okay. This is the official last one. A few people have written this one. Klay or James Harden?
Klay. Wait. Averaging more points?
Just overall. Because one is superior by far defensively, and that's 50% of the game, and one is like kind of better offensively.
I think I said this to the agent the other day, and I don't think he believed me. But I think Klay, if he was on a team by himself, or if he was the focal point of a team, I think he could put up 25 points a game. Because Klay last year he put up 23 points a game.
But you compared him to Ray Allen. I thought that was insulting to Ray Allen on Seattle.
I don't think it's that insulting. I think Ray Allen, when he was on the team, he had to do more of the carrying load offensively. so his numbers looks better offensively. But there are just moments where like Klay just goes off, and that can literally happen more times than not. And so I think Klay Thompson sacrificed a lot of his numbers just to fit in that system. But if he really wanted to, I think Klay could go out there and average 20, 25 points a game.
All right, let's do this.
I think that's true.
Real quick before Waffle, you go. If you're in the chat while Waffle's talking, let us know if Klay Thompson ended up playing for the 76ers, and so he'd likely be bringing the ball up.
Not 7. Yes, yo, that's crazy.
No. I just want to say, how much wins would that team go up just because he was there? Like, what's the plus? Is it 10? Is it 5? Is it 12? That's a good metric. Anyway,
that's not a good metric. It's crazy.
It is, because that's actually calculated. There's on advanced stats, if you remove a player from a team, like, it might go down -5 wins based on the production he has.
Yeah, but you're talking about putting him on the worst team in the NBA.
Because I think it'd be easier for him to carry a team if he was on a trash one.
I guess.
Anyway, just let us know. Well, Waffle, why don't you go then?
Well, Klay Thompson, if you think about Klay Thompson, like I both said, he put up 22 points per game while having this man Steph Curry there. And this is a person that will shoot up shots and will fall back. He knows that he's a second option on that Warriors team, and he's still putting up 22 points per game. So if you put him on his own team, I think he's going to do more, because he's not going to just be shooting the ball. Like, Klay Thompson is a good driver. Like, this man makes a lot of his layups when he goes to the rim, and he can shoot it at the free throw line and get the foul call. So he's very offensively. I think some people underrate his offensive ability. He's not just a shooter. This man can move around the mid-range game, get into the lane, get into the drive and finish like that, because he was doing a lot of that last season and in the Olympics. He was driving a lot.
I know, and he's perfectly capable. It was kind of like Ray Allen. I see what you're saying, the comparison, but just if you look at it from on a spectrum, I just don't think to that extent he can carry the way that Ray Allen was doing it. Because Ray Allen had Luke Ridnour on his team, and he had a bunch of has-beens, he had a bunch of decent players, but all in all, that team was like, it was Ray Allen's team, and he pretty much had to put on the backpack and carry. But I'm trying to look at last year's standings. I guess they refreshed it on NBA.com. Fuck, I'm gonna have to use. It's just because a lot of people in the chat were saying over 10. Like, people were saying plus 15, plus 17, some crazy amounts if just Klay Thompson was there from their previous year wins. In an Eastern Conference that it looks like got stronger, so there's a lot of teams that picked it up.
They got 10 wins last year. You don't think they got 25 with Klay Thompson? I think that's a crazy metric that you just made up. But okay.
I didn't make it up. It's an actual real stat.
There's no metric that says if you take a player off and you add him on the worst team, how many more wins they win?
The worst team, but just taking out and putting in players and the win-loss and how that.
No, yeah, I'm gonna say there's a win-loss. There's a win-loss metric.
But it's the same thing.
You take a player off. But no, you're talking about not only taking the player off, but then putting him on the worst team.
Well, if I said the Pacers, would it be different? I just thought it'd be easier if it was on a trash team.
If you put him on, I'm trying to think of a team with like just a point guard. If you put him on a team like John Wall, that's a great example, right? If you switch Bradley Beal and Klay Thompson, how many wins would the Washington Wizards get?
They got a lot more.
They got 41 last year.
I don't think that's fair because Beal was out for a lot of the season.
That ain't fair, bitch.
That Beal was injured though. Beal wasn't even there for you to make that comparison.
Fine. Let's say they got how many more wins do you think Bradley Beal would have gave him anyway?
I think they definitely would have made the playoffs, like a 5 seed or something like that.
You think Bradley Beal being healthy the whole entire season gives them a 5 seed?
Oh no, I'm saying Klay. I don't think Bradley Beal would have made that difference.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, obviously not. But I'm just saying, like,
because past his offensive ability, that dude is stone cold defensively, and a lot of people, not that they overlook it, but that they just don't value it nearly as much as they do his 3-point shot. When I look at Klay, I see a fucking amazing defender, one of the best in the league, but I also see a guy who can shoot threes lights out, also one of the best in the league. So to have a 3-and-D player who's so good at both of those things, I think that's invaluable. I know Ray Allen wasn't nearly as good as Klay was defensively, but I think offensively, tell me if I'm wrong, I just think Ray Allen, at least in his prime, had more thing. He had a bigger bag. Like, in Batman, he has that utility belt. Ray Allen had 2 utility belts. Like, he knew what he was doing. He knew how to put the ball in the hoop. And we'll never really know if Klay knows how to do that because now he's playing with 2 superstars.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's another bad thing about that whole situation. Mm-hmm. We don't really know the full potential of all them players because of that situation.
Klay's greatness is going to be stumped by KD
It
and Curry
is.
being on the same team.
It is, because his greatness will be stumped. Because I wholeheartedly believe he could average 25 points if he really wanted
He's
to.
going to average probably less points per game next season.
You think
18.
you think if Klay got his own team that he'd average more points than DeRozan?
Yes.
I think that too.
So?
I think
Maybe he would. Maybe he would.
I think if he was on the team, especially with I try to put him on a team with a really good point guard like John Wall, a great point guard. If you put him on a team where point guard is consistently trying to find him and that's more pass first oriented and trying to drive and kick and stuff like that, Klay Thompson is getting 25 points, I think.
All right. Well, hopefully one day he leaves the Warriors and we can find out.
He's not leaving that team.
Waffle, you're about to say something?
I don't know. I was just thinking about situation. Y'all niggas just putting different people. I was thinking about DeMar DeRozan and the Heat, Dwayne Wade on the Raptors. What would happen? I was just thinking about.
The Raptors would be a way worse team.
Yeah.
Not way worse.
Because Wade wouldn't be there for a lot of the games, and Wade is worse defensively than DeRozan now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll move on. So Lo made a video this week. Well, no, I think it was last week, right?
Uh-oh. What you about to do? You about to give me that puff? Hey.
Because no, it's actually in the topics. It's in the topics. And he mentioned that the four most overrated players, in his opinion, was Curry, Rondo, Rose, and Harden.
Uh-oh.
Waffle, what do you think about that list, man?
Well,
Curry. Don't critique my goddamn list on the podcast.
That's exactly what we're about to do, yo.
Wow. We're going to adjust this real quick, right? Curry, I can understand that. Harden, I understand that, but you can't take away Harden's, in a way, achievement.
I never did it. I never said that nigga James Harden can't fucking score neither. I never said that shit.
But you said he was overrated, and I'm trying to address you to why some of these players might not be overrated. Harden might be overrated, of course, but does he get enough praise though? Does he?
I think majority of people believe that James Harden is a top 10 player in the league.
You don't think he's not?
I think he's more towards the end of the top 10. I've seen people put him in their top 5. And I don't think James Harden is a top 5 player.
I think he's top 10. I think he's top 10.
I would take Paul George over
Oh, me too. Any day. He has defense.
I don't think
But Harden is a top 10 player.
I think he's top 10, but I think like what's the biggest difference between what he does and DeMarcus Cousins does?
You talking about Harden?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't. DeMarcus Cousins does. Both of them don't play with the defense, so
they really don't. And both of them don't play the greatest defense. Both of them sleep in transition defense. Both of them don't hustle as that much. They both turn the ball over a lot. And of course they're two different positions, so it's really hard to compare these two. But I just think that if you really look at where do you put DeMarcus at? Isn't DeMarcus at the back of the top 10? If he is top 10, where does Anthony Davis rank in that list? Like I think people tend to forget about.
I think those players are highly overrated.
So, but who else is supposed to be over in that list? I feel like it's another player.
Pause. The BDH show in the chat just said the most real shit I've ever read. Curry is overrated by the media, but criminally underrated by his haters.
Yo, you know that's the realest, because every single time I talk about Curry in the comment section, people keep saying all he does is shoot threes, and I'm like, yo, y'all are bugging. He does way more than just shoot threes.
People think he can't drive. I've seen him. He's a good driver. He's not DeRozan. He's not James Harden. No, he's not LeBron. But yo, he can drive to the basket. You've seen him make acrobatic. Why does everyone pretend like just because he's good at shooting threes that all the other shit he can do just doesn't exist? I agree so wholeheartedly with that comment. Because if you ask me the one thing I thought was wrong about your shit, I honestly think that Curry's
here's the thing. I didn't ask what was wrong about it. That's the thing.
I know, but we're telling you.
Wow.
I don't think Curry is overrated. Anyone saying he's better than Jordan, just his opinion shouldn't even be, or her opinion shouldn't even be considered. I think majority of people, not majority of people, but a good handful of people were doing that, and a good handful of people throughout the whole entire season kept saying that he was better than LeBron. They kept saying that he was the greatest player. Because he was playing better than LeBron at the time. Of course.
Was he though?
He was.
He was.
No, he wasn't.
I said he was playing better. I didn't say he was a better player. He was.
So is he or is he not the best player in the NBA?
He's not.
No, not after the finals 3-1.
No, all right. Before the finals, was he the best player in the NBA?
Before the playoffs?
Before the finals
playoffs.
I'm asking you a very simple question because this is what people said. Was Curry the best player in the NBA last year before the finals?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the numbers.
No, you know it's not. You know LeBron James is better than that man.
Because I can't. After LeBron did all he did in his career, I can't just turn around in a couple seasons and be like, this guy's better.
His whole entire career, that last year. I think people need to thoroughly understand that everybody isn't going out there going mad hard all the time. That man LeBron James is obviously on cruise control. He's obviously on cruise control.
That was obvious throughout the year.
If you don't recognize the fact that LeBron James is on cruise control throughout the majority of that career, majority of that year, you're crazy. If you don't think that Russell Westbrook could go out there and put up 30 points if he really wanted to, you're crazy. But everybody, they sacrifice their numbers for the better good of the team. So for LeBron James cruising so there can be a better understanding and a more established role against everybody else on that team because they were trying to win a championship and prepare everybody on that team, then
Curry wasn't on cruise control, though?
No, Curry was out there trying to get 400 threes in the season.
That's because he took mad threes, man.
Okay, so that's not.
He already had the record before. Why does he care about that shit now?
That's what I'm saying. It's not cruise control. So he's going out there with the.
But he's shooting.
That team was trying to win. That team was trying to win 73-9. How the fuck are you on cruise control? They were 73-9.
Nigga, they're coming off winning the NBA Finals. Of course they're gonna. If they're already 25-1. And they people are starting to talk about, is this team going to reach 73, break the record?
So how can you say they're on cruise control then?
Well, they were on cruise control. They were beating teams left and right. How many fourth quarters did this man sit out? How many fourth quarters?
He sat out a lot.
He could have averaged 40. He could have averaged 40 points, bro.
What the fuck he
could have. Klay Thompson, if he told Klay Thompson, yo, let me shoot these shots up, Klay Thompson would have took a backseat and this nigga Curry would have splashed all that shit.
You don't think LeBron? You don't think LeBron gonna go out there and average 37 points?
Oh, he could.
I think he could. Yeah. There's a lot of players in the NBA who do that.
But you can say that about a lot of players, though.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, that's what. But what I'm saying is, obviously they don't do it. But Curry, your argument of Curry going cruise control because he doesn't sit out in the fourth quarter, more or less is just saying that they went hard in the beginning. They went hard in the beginning of this of the game, so he don't have to play the fourth quarter. Yeah, but there's no way you go 73-9 and you think that nigga going on cruise control. Nigga went out there trying to get 400 threes. How the fuck you saying you on cruise control?
But
nigga took 11.
That record by All-Star break though.
It looked effortless though, the way he shot the three.
Nigga took 11 threes a game. How the hell is that going on?
Did he really? Pause. Did he really?
Yes. He took 11. He took 11 threes a game. How the fuck is that cruise control? That's not cruise control.
He's jacking up shots, bro.
That's not cruise control then.
Either not cruise control.
Fuck.
All right, but low. Don't turn around.
No, but the reason why I put him on the list is because and again when I made that list and he was on it. Like I said in the beginning of me talking about him, everybody gets caught. Not everybody, but a good handful of people get caught in the moment of. Then they almost took. No, yeah, 11. Okay. Everybody gets caught up in the moment of overrating people while they're in their prime and while they're great. When Vince Carter came in the league and he was tearing up the league, that was supposed to be the next Michael Jordan. They made that assumption 3 years into that nigga's career. This nigga Iverson crossed.
He was though, so.
No, this nigga Iverson crossed Jordan. Oh my God, everybody lost their mind. They still lost that fucking game by like 20 points, but people still lost their mind. This man Kobe go out here. He do what he does in 81 points, 60 had 60.
He was the next Jordan though.
But what I'm saying it was a good handful of people that was saying Kobe is the greatest player of all time. Everybody gets overrated.
Does Michael Jordan have his own day? I don't think so. No, Kobe has his own day.
Everybody gets overrated when they're in the moment and when they're the greatest, and people act as if like they've never seen a great player before in their life. And that's what I was trying to make the point of. It's not Curry's fault. He's playing great basketball. He's phenomenal. But it's people need to stop acting like that. And people who I think you about to tell me about this Derrick Rose thing. That nigga Derrick Rose overrated. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, he's definitely. Rondo and Derrick Rose shouldn't be.
I don't understand how he's overrated when he's been injured all these years.
Don't make that excuse, yo.
I'm not making an excuse. Okay, but what are you overrating him for? What is he overrated at?
People still think he's not an MVP. Stop calling him MVP. That happened.
Who's calling him that?
You crazy nigga. Go in my comment section right now.
That's dumb.
And you will see.
That's dumb.
Okay, but I have to operate off of something.
Are you overrating him?
Am I?
Are you overrating him? Are you rating him properly?
No. Why would I'm not overrating nobody in the league.
Exactly.
Why would I make a list of me overrating? Why would I make a list of players that I'm overrating myself? Because in my
Exactly.
mind, I'm not overrating people. All I'm saying is that this man Derrick Rose, people when they talk about him, they talk as if like this is 5-6 years ago and he's the MVP. That's like me going out there saying, "Yo, Dirk is still one of the greatest players in the game right now. KG still one of the greatest players in the game right now because they won an MVP years ago. He's not MVP no more. Like he's not.
I'll spit some facts. Last
Exactly,
season
he's
he played 66 games last season, which is a big majority of the season, the most he played in since the 2010-2011 season. He got 16 points and less than 5 assists per game. That's the player that's going to go to New York and tear things up? He's going to do all right. He's going to do things all right. He's going to be all right, but come on, he's not making all-star anymore.
He's coming back.
But even then, when people say that, they'll say like, oh, in the beginning of the season, you know, he had I think something about his orbital disc or whatever was broken or torn or whatever, and so he was still playing hurt in the beginning of the season. Even if you look at his numbers after the All-Star break, which people praise to God, because even STG was praising it as well. Even those numbers, I think he was scoring like 18 points and like 6 assists. Even those numbers those are not All-Star numbers.
You can't be an all-star if you get a 27-point game and your whole entire fan base celebrates because it's that rare. You just can't. It's just not happening. And on top of that, he's average defensively. He's not really locking nobody down. So
he's not
on the other side of the ball. I think that one and Rondo, at least for me, were just obvious. Like it was just, all right, those guys are pretty overrated.
Listen,
And they might not be overrated next year, but as of right now, I think people are overrating them.
Listen, I've been telling people Rose is going to be playing 66 to 70 games this season, averaging probably 14 to 15 points per game. And he's going to be the third or fourth best player on this team. That's what he is, boy.
Is Porzingis going to do better?
Porzingis is going to do better than Rose, in my opinion.
Fuck. Okay.
Listen,
I think that's the type of player he is right now, though. Where he's going to be the third or fourth option on the team.
I'm saying Derrick Rose is at best, going to give you 14 points, 15 points. What was I going to say again? What the fuck was I going to say?
You said like 8 assists or something like that?
He's not a top 10 point guard. He probably, maybe could squeeze in the top 15. But he's average in his career right now.
Who's top 10 if Rose isn't in it? We got Curry, Westbrook.
There's a lot of point guards out there.
Kyle Lowry. Is Jeff Teague better than Rose?
You don't even have to go to Jeff Teague for it. I mean, you talking about John Wall,
Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe, he's healthy.
Oh, y'all right. Okay, top 15.
Kyrie Irving, Mike Conley. What are you saying?
Okay, you guys are right. I forgot about those guys.
Saying, Jesus Christ.
He might not even be top 15, actually. There's a lot of people left. Anyway.
Yeah, he might not be top 15.
Wait.
But we agree Harden is overrated,
Thomas.
I would say Harden is overrated. I don't know why people keep arguing because everybody keeps coming back to that video like, how are you saying Harden overrated? Yeah. Like,
Harden fans think he's underrated. That's the funny part.
Yes, people who keep coming in like, if anything, Harden is underrated because he didn't make the All Team. I'm like, yo, fuck out of here.
Well, I think that was
If you look at all them guards. But if you look at all them guards that made the All-NBA team, I don't know if he should have made the All-NBA team. Because who you taking off them teams?
Oh, my bad. I thought you could just put anybody in there.
No, you got to take a guard off.
I keep forgetting that shit.
But you about to take out a big man.
That was
exactly. take out DeAndre or something like that. It's like, there you go.
All right, so Waffle has some over-under right here. And the first one, and I guess the chat, if you have any other ones we should do, feel free to pitch it in the comments.
Get some Q&As with the chat. Put some NBA stuff in there.
I thought we were going to talk about this 2K17 list.
Actually, we already talked about Derek. I said Derek goes will play 67 games.
We'll get to that. But I want to see what Lowe thinks as well. So an over-under on the amount of games Rose plays. Let me backtrack just to give everybody context real quick. He played 66 games last season, 51 the season before that, 10 the one before that, 39, 81, 78, and then 81 on his first year. So knowing that, the over-under is 66 games on Derrick Rose.
He'll play over. I got over.
You got over them? I don't know about that. I got under. I don't think he'll play that much. He barely beat it last year. Last year was his healthy season.
But he's coming back last year.
I guess. It depends.
And now,
If he plays like he's afraid and he doesn't attack the hoop like I think he did last year, then I think he'll probably last more.
I don't think he's afraid no more. I think he's gonna shine bright like a diamond.
Stop.
What were you gonna say before I cut you off?
Yeah, I understand what
I
you're
was talking
saying.
waffle, but you go ahead. All right.
I know. I mean, I do understand what you're saying. But if I do. I feel like waffle. Yeah, I think you're gonna go over.
All right.
God
How
damn
about
it. Can we get the Bulls fans? I mean, I understand Derrick Rose was your hometown child, but Jesus Christ, the amount of Bulls fans that are just, I can't wait for Derrick Rose to come back. Jesus Christ, calm down. God damn.
Everybody keeps saying it too. Like, he's just gonna come back anyway. Like, no, he's not, nigga.
And that, like, Jesus, I see these niggas sub the game and Michael Zimmer out there like, yo, man, these guys are gonna kill it this season. I'm like, Jesus Christ, the Bulls fans are real.
Or like, or it was somebody who was like, yo, Ibaka's just gonna come back at the end of the season. KD just gonna come back anyway. I'm like, yo, what are y'all talking about?
what the fuck? Why would anyone do that?
I don't know. I'm completely confused. Like, why would he come back?
Okay, we'll do another over-under because someone in the chat mentioned Kawhi Leonard, so I checked up his stats. Kawhi last year averaged 21.2 points per game. Year before that, 16.5, 12.8, 11.9. In his rookie season, he averaged 7.9. So last year, 21.2. The over-under is 24 points for Kawhi.
Ooh,
Jesus Christ.
24 is kind of high. I would go under, but I think I think 23, 24 is what he's gonna get. But I would go under if anything else.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under too.
I'm gonna go over though, because he played 33 minutes last year. Like I think he'll play more minutes than that this year, especially since Tim Duncan's gone, right? Not the same position. Yeah, I know, but I think he'll be getting more field goal attempts as well. And to be honest, he might be shooting at a better percentage too. I think he can manage. He'll manage.
I don't know. I think you over exaggerating how good Tim Duncan was, because Duncan really wasn't playing that many minutes. I don't think Duncan being off the team now, I don't think that will do that much when it comes to the effect on the floor to the amount of points that somebody scores, because it's not like he was getting that many touches, let alone minutes.
That's what I'm saying. That man was averaging like 9 points a game. Sometimes he had like 2 points in a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't. He really wasn't getting that many touches anyway, so I don't know.
He shot 15.1 field goal attempts per game last season.
Well, I think that's gonna go up a little bit by like maybe 1 or 2. But remember, he still got Aldridge.
Let me say this real quick. Yo, it's 103 people in here, so go follow me on Twitter at Legend of Winning.
This guy,
that, man.
Wow.
Got the flamest hot Cheeto is having ass Twitter page. Go follow me.
All right. Someone in the chat mentioned Kevin Durant, so I want to try Kevin Durant one, but it's not an over/under. Does Kevin Durant hit the 50-40-90 club this year?
Yes.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
You don't. Well, you never know. He's on a new team, new environment. He's not playing isolation anymore. He has to play within the team.
I still think he's going to shoot 50%. His shot's going to come a lot more easier than the ISO ball he was playing in OKC, and he's always been shooting like 40% from the three-point line. Yeah. The only thing I worry about for him is the free throws.
40% from the free throw? You mean 3-point?
3-point, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
This man Nick Smith is hilarious. Ha ha ha, Nick. What about to say? Yeah, no, I think that 50-40-90 should be easy. If anything, like Waffle said, with the amount of spacing on the floor, like it should be easy for him to hit 50% of his shots from the field goal and 40% from three.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about is the free throw. That shit. The nigga was missing mad free throws in the Olympics, but
yeah.
Hey, let me just remind y'all. I got an appointment at 11 o'clock, so we gotta wrap this.
What appointment you got?
Yeah, we don't need to.
All right, fine. So we'll do one last one since someone mentioned Drummond in the chat on rebounds. So Drummond got 16.2 rebounds per game last year. It's on some Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman type numbers. So the over/under from 16.2 is 17.5.
Under.
Under.
I think so. Under too. That's a boost.
It's gonna be hard to do again.
It's possible, but I think
it's possible, but Jesus Christ.
He shot a great percentage from three as well. He shot 33%.
Stop.
He made a full court shot, man.
Stop. I'm about to say, people act as if like that. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on Drummond. But it's cool that he got it. But people act like people don't normally grab like 15 or 16 rebounds a season. Like, calm down.
Oh yeah, 14 rebounds last season.
That's what I'm saying. Did he have 16?
No, yeah, 15.
No, he had 14.8 total rebounds last year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, where did 16 come from? You look at his per 36.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, he had 14.8. Yeah.
That shit had me messed up. I was like, he really got 16? I don't remember that.
Yeah, he had 14.8. Yeah.
But that's crazy. That's his per 36. That means it's really possible.
I mean, it's possible, but I mean, that isn't. I mean, he has to stay on the floor for 36 minutes, also, though.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a reason why he wasn't on the floor for 36 minutes.
But he's 22, so hopefully.
23.
Alright, sorry, man. I was going with basketball reference numbers. Did you just celebrate his birthday yesterday or something?
No, his birthday. I always celebrate every NBA player.
It was a few days ago. It's crazy how many athletes' birthdays are in August.
Did Waffle just say he celebrates every NBA player's birthday?
I heard that. I just tried to talk about something else.
All right. So I guess we'll move on. If you don't know, NBA 2K announced the people that are going to the team up.
Well, let me get rid of this shit.
We couldn't be more surprised that, first of all, Fredo, who's I guess at this point the biggest YouTuber past Chris Smoove, and Chris Smoove himself. I just forgot Chris Smoove himself he's not going. So the biggest and the second biggest person in the community is not going. At least Cash is going. Kuda's going. D-Man's going. STG's coming back. Who are some of the other people? I'm missing out some people.
Oh, they got Red City Boy in there?
Yeah, they got Red City.
Oh, nigga, we made it.
Stop.
Park community, stand up.
They said that they were going to grab people at the top of their community. They said they'll get people from each community, and they just didn't get no fucking My League, My Jam people. They just said, fuck that game mode in general.
What's J Fox? Who's that?
J Fox is the...
Was he the 130, right? Was he the 138 Hall of Fame games?
I don't even know at this point, yo. I was writing in the chat. There was somebody that was under 1,000 subscribers who literally just started making 2K videos that somehow got an invite. There was a streamer that got like 130-something straight Hall of Fame wins in my career who got an invite.
Who is this nigga J Fox?
That's either the streamer or the guy with little subscribers. And the last person was a FIFA YouTuber. A FIFA YouTuber got invited. That was, I don't know.
This nigga got 1K subs.
He got 1K right now. He was at 600 earlier.
I'm about to say, yeah, he just got 1K.
J Fox?
And so you look at some of the people they didn't invite, like
it's Fangs.
Jesser kind of blew up. His whole crew, LNU is really blowing up. He's at 500-something K right now, and those guys.
I wouldn't want LNU there.
Well, regardless of if you want them or not, those guys really blown up, and then to have just some random mans, like there were so many people in the chat, like who's that? Who? I was like, wow. Oh.
It's Fangs.
Yeah, that's the FIFA YouTuber. She has 1 million subscribers, and she doesn't post 2K. She didn't post one fucking 2K thing.
Wait, it's Fangs? Her channel is called Fangs, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fangs.
Who a female got there?
Yo, you know how she
stop? See, like you
no, they say the WNBA baby.
They
say the WNBA baby.
I'm gonna have to cut you off here.
She made it in the community day because she tweeted out, "I'm already the queen of FIFA. Now it's time to be the queen of Madden and 2K." That's all she had to do to get the invite. And imagine the guys who are at like 500K who were only doing 2K, who are just like they didn't get no love. I don't think I'd be annoyed, but I wouldn't be mad about it if I was at 500K. There's some questionable ones. At least they got Cash, because I think people would have blew up if Cash didn't make it in.
I ain't gonna lie, her camera quality is on point though right now. It's fake cam.
You're watching her video already.
I had to check her out. Like, what's going on here?
Well, I'm gonna say what I need to say real quick, because I'm gonna let y'all talk about it. I ain't gonna be PC about it now. Then look, everybody else, even though I don't know a couple of them people, I think I understand why they're there. We got to have somebody represent the park community. A few people that have actually played with Ronnie and LDK and their experience and the dedication to the stream and beating the CPU 130 plus times on Hall of Fame and the numbers that he put up. But there's two people on that list that should not have made that. It's Fangs, and I'm gonna allow y'all to remove yourself from what I'm about to say. But it's Fangs and STG should not have gone into that thing.
Who was the other YouTuber who returned? It was STG and who?
And
Shakedown.
Shakedown. Okay.
STG should not have gone. Well, I think it's obvious why Fangs should not have gone. She doesn't post 2K at all. There's just no way around it. There's no point of you going. At that point, just go get PewDiePie and bring him on. Let's just do that. Just do that. Just go get a random Minecraft or you like go get a Madden or go get somebody who posts WWE. Like go do that, but it doesn't make any sense. STG should not have gone though because at this point where he's at and the relevancy he has in the community, he doesn't even have a wish list out, so we don't even know what the expectations that he has for 2K17. Even though he does have I think he has like 200,000 plus subs. The traffic to his channel, there's more traffic that comes to Agent's channel when he puts up 2K17 videos. He doesn't, at least from what I've seen over the course of 2 years, I haven't really seen him hold 2K to any certain standard. He just basically talks about 2K17. But the fact that we're at this point in the development cycle and he doesn't have a wish list, he doesn't have expectations, or it seems like he doesn't, that's a huge disappointment. So I don't even think he should have went. And on top of that, even when he uploads 2K17 videos, people don't even come to him because the community doesn't respect his opinion on 2K17 or 2K in general.
Here's what got me mad. I'm mad because to start the thing, they said they were going to have everyone to represent all areas of 2K, but they added people that don't represent any part of 2K. It's kind of like one thing. I'm like, all right, but they didn't add I thought CSB or Nike Follower for sure would go once he said that they were going to get people from different game modes. Not one of the people in the My League, My GM went. And they mentioned that esports was going to be a focus, but not one fucking person who cares about esports went. I was like, yo, if you're going to get esports...
That cool cares about esports.
Yeah, I thought someone was there for you.
But no, all I know is that none of the people that got invited care enough to start a game battles or to go Virgin Gaming or have even publicly talked about it to the point that it's their stance. Like, you know when you're a politician and, like, we knew Bernie Sanders wanted free healthcare or free this for the public. Like, until you get to that point, you don't truly represent esports. And there's not one person beating the AI 130 times doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything. You know, for the park, that's not esports really. That's casual sliders. I think that's the one thing that was like get somebody in there who was like the best 2K player and just get him. I don't even care if he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but just get the most successful 2K16 player and put him in that bitch for esports. That's what I was saying. They didn't get any sim heads. That's kind of what disappointed me. But aside from that, I think the only other thing was the Fangs person who isn't even part of the community who got invited.
Well, yeah, I agree. Sub the Gamer. First of all, he's been there already, so he's been there multiple times too. So it's not like this is his first time. I think this is like third or fourth time going there.
Yep.
And they said they're gonna have new people there. But everyone else, X-Fangs, I have no idea why they even like really.
Remember last year they invited that guy BOO, I think that was his name, who just barely uploaded 2K, but they're like, nah, he has a million.
I mean, how did he upload some 2K? But really, a FIFA channel with you know, I'm not even gonna say it. You know,
they should have invited KSI if they were gonna do that. I would fucking love to see KSI.
Yeah.
Man, if they're gonna invite a FIFA YouTuber, they need to invite KSI in there, man. Fuck.
Jay Fox, I mean, that guy, I don't know why he got. I mean, I don't know who these people are. But that guy's had 600 subs. That's what you guys said. So I don't know if he's a streamer or whatever, but I don't know why that guy got picked. Unless he's good in 2K. And this guy NC Native 94. I don't know who this guy is either.
I don't know who that was either.
This guy has 600 subs. Who is this guy? Who is he? I don't know. Let me know in the chat, bro. I mean, I don't know these people, but they don't got any subs compared to anyone in here at least.
At least they brought on some Pro-Am people. I'm glad they did that at least, because I mean, I feel like Pro-Am could be a game mode that a lot of people fuck with, but they just it doesn't look like they said, who was it? There was D-Man, and they talked a little bit about.
Oh yeah, D-Man.
And so they also brought one guy. Remember that guy who won 133 AI games? He was also one of the top-ranked Pro-Am teams.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But I think that was on Xbox, which means it doesn't really count.
Oh shit.
That's true. That's a fact, though.
So anyway, you don't have anything else to say, man?
No, I mean, disappointed, and that was a waste of time. What Ronnie and LD did.
Community is always a waste of time, in my opinion. There's no reason to fly people out to try the game and just give us information, nigga.
It is. Yeah, on the low, yeah. What is really and truly the point of flying them out a month before the game releases?
It's not even a month. The game releases in
a few weeks.
Next week, boy.
So what's the point? They don't really have any thorough input. They really just be telling them yo, we're gonna let y'all touch the game, but y'all don't say a fucking thing until we tell y'all to say something. And matter of fact, y'all gonna say what we tell y'all to say. You hear me?
And when we tell you to say it.
When we tell y'all to say it.
Exactly.
So there's no real point to it.
Well, they have a community day, but when Chris Move gets his community day, that's when it's gonna matter.
Chris Move, I'm not guaranteed, but it'd be funny if he just had his own private shit.
He had it last year.
He had it. I'm gonna say that's what he had last year though.
Because he can't leave that boy Chris Smooth out, man. Like, nobody in the chat was even saying Smooth because it was just obvious. He could just walk in the building and be like, "All right, you ready?" Like,
he really could just do that. He could just be like, "All right, I'm here, yo. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. Y'all two Fangs and SCG, y'all can go home. It's good. All right, so let's get this going right now."
They also released the gameplay trailer, which was a lot better than the first trailer they released. And that was about it in terms of news, yo. Do you guys want to hit anything else in terms of 2K?
Bro, they better release some information. I'm tired of just waiting here. I don't got time for this stuff. I don't got time for these gameplay trailers, bro.
I just need to see gameplay, that's all.
Forget this gameplay trailer stuff, son. Bring out the news.
That's true. Anyway, I guess on that point, like, yo, we don't have anything else to talk about. Should we close out at this point?
Yeah, boy. Yo, when's that fantasy football starting, though? When are we gonna start that?
When the season starts, man. We got time.
When the season starts.
So we'll hit the concluding statements, and we'll start off with you, Waffle.
All right, niggas. Good night.
Okay. Lo, are you doing a concluding statement, or am I doing it?
Yeah, you do it, man. Go ahead and do it, yo.
All right, man. My lovely people watching. Thank y'all for watching the pod. And there was some nice topics. It was nice we waited 2 weeks because there was some nice juicy topics to talk about today, and a lot of shit that went down. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Our links are going to be in the description. And I just hit 50K today, which is awesome. So it feels like a 360 on YouTube over the last few months. I've been growing a lot faster, so I appreciate the love from everybody, especially the people who are here that followed from my channel. Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much. I was
on Twitter, nigga.
Wow. I was on our next level of hyped on Snapchat today, so my voice is kind of killing me. But we'll let Lo close out now.
Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody who's subscribing. If you haven't, I'm pretty sure people who are watching this right now, go to my last video that I recently just uploaded, and you can put in your questions for the 10K Q&A celebration that I will be putting out in the next few days. Yo, did it just get...
It got super clear real quick.
Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, like I said, you just go to the 10K Q&A special and submit your question there. And, you know, that's how I'll probably recognize you. It's already a bunch of people. I'm probably not going to be able to, you know, answer everybody's question. Also, thank y'all for the growth. Literally just 2 days ago, I was under 10,000 subs. I'm coming around 15,000 at this point. That's how fast I'm growing. So the growth is ridiculous. So I want to hurry up and get that 10K Q&A out as soon as possible. So if you have a question, please leave it in the in that video.
Is that it, yeah?
That's it. Cause I'm at 14,226 subs right now. That is ridiculous.
Damn, that means YouTube hasn't updated the 200 subscribers.
That's crazy.
Anyway, I guess at this point, unless you got anything else to say, we'll close out and we'll end the pod because you have somewhere to be, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I got the moves to make. All right, we'll see y'all next week, man.